Hey, everybody. It's Chris from the Great Brick Lab. Welcome to another live stream, lunch break. Uh, I'm going to be using Brickognise today again to show you the value of this tool. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, the new version of it was in dev, and um, now it's in production. So if you just go to brickognise.com, right there, brickognise.com, you'll get to a simple interface. It works great on your phone. It works great on your PC. Very versatile. Best part identification tool that I've ever seen, and I've tried multiple versions of it. There's other ones out there that are very specific to minifig. That is a really great one too. BrickMonkey's great. It's more focused on minifig. It's also about building collections, so it actually offers more features than Brickognise, but it's specific to minifigs and building minifig collections. But it's a great tool for identifying minifig torsos. So today I got a wonderful bag of all print pieces, and I'm going to show you a different way to catalog parts. Now, the way I do cataloging, to help you understand how I do cataloging, I catalog off-site. What I mean is that my store is somewhere else. I'm in a different location. I catalog the pieces. I deliver them to the store for somebody else to process and add to the drawers. Today, I'm actually going to catalog into a bag, and I'm going to grab a bag that I have within reach. This is a small sandwich bag. I want a full-size sandwich bag. This is kind of a bigger one. That'll be all right. So here's the sandwich bag I'm going to catalog into. Okay. And on my desk right now, I have an entire set that I'm parting out. So the space that I have, this is the set that I'm parting out, but I did that 2 days ago. I don't need to do that again. I am cold. Thank you for noticing. Actually, I got to turn my little heater on. I got a little heater right here below my feet. There we go. And I warm up my toes. I wear slippers. Sometimes I wear long johns on top of my pants. I work in a cave, so it gets cold in my cave. And anyways, that's the way it goes. So I'm going to catalog just enough parts to fill this bag, and we're going to see how fast I can go. With this new version of Brickognise, it used to be that I'd have to take the time to line up the parts and take pictures with the camera app on the PC. That's no longer the case. I'm just making enough space. I have a very small amount of space, right there, that I'm going to be using to catalog and fill this bag with. So right off the bat, I got 3 of these things, and I believe these are all the same. Or is there a left and right for that set? These are all the same. So you put the part underneath the camera. Now I won't be able to do, I don't think my camera's going to work here. Yeah, it fails to access the source. I can't do 2 cameras at once. So I'm done on camera. I'm going to turn myself off. And then I should be able then to use the Brickognise camera. Maybe. I think I need to come in here and then deactivate. There we go. Now, if I refresh over here, so I'm not going to be on camera for the remainder of the broadcast because I can't do both these at the same time. So it looks like it's not going to get the full thing, but typically Brickognise doesn't need it. Okay, so I found the part right away. You click this little button right here, and then you come up here, and I have a tool that I showed in my 2 days ago live stream. I have a little button, immediately pastes it. I need to go to part, and then if I click on that, then I double click on black, it adds it. We're doing used at the moment, so change that to used, and then I can just click on it. 1, 2, 3. This is my slim one. I need to add quantity. Oh, quantity's there. Oh, it's over in the front. I'll put it in the back here. All right, so I got 1 too many. So I got 3. All right. So rough start, but in a moment you'll see. I'm going to grab a handful of pieces, and throw it underneath the camera, and you'll only see on camera what I put underneath the camera. You won't see me. Click, paste, click that, double click, done. I'm going to actually open my bag up a little bit so the mouth of the bag is rolled back a little bit. And then another one for the camera. Oh, I accidentally clicked on the actual part instead of that little copy paste. Okay, so click the camera. And then take a photo, finds the part, click. One button to paste it, double click on the black, throw in the bag. Actually, I don't even really need to throw them in the bag. I could probably just put them next to me. And I did it again. Click. So I'm just going to make a pile. I don't know what it's going to do with this one. This is a 9-volt battery box. I know what that's doing in there. So if I click here, and dirty, it needs to be washed. Yeah, see, it didn't do that. Maybe if I take a picture of where the button of the battery box is at, that's a distincting quality. I don't want to sell this thing. I'm even cleaning it. It would be difficult. So it's having a hard time with it. Oh, there it is. I did find it. Huh. Amazing. Just amazing. Okay, so this is a battery box without the bottom. So if I double click to add that, this is C01. Now if I take off the C01 and I hit delete on my keyboard, then I get just the battery box, and it's also in yellow. All colors. So this is an older part, that's why it kind of doesn't show the colors exactly right. Something about BrickLink and the colors doesn't show. I'm going to throw it in there. The person who adds it to the store will be the one responsible for making sure that it gets washed before it goes into a drawer, because I'm going to a bag. All right, so once again, camera, click, grab that, paste it here, double click that, added the part. I'm going to have this bag filled up in no time. If you're not using Brickognise, you need to start. If you're cataloging Lego, you have seriously got to start using Brickognise as part of your one of your tools, because your ability to save time and catalog parts increases exponentially with Brickognise. I got a Captain America shield here with other Lego attached to it. Still, take off these pieces there. I keep clicking on the part. I gotta remember which area. I gotta click this area over here. All right. So take a picture, paste it, double click to add that. Good to go. Throw them in the bag. Next part. I mean, I have a person that works for us, and one of their least favorite categories to catalog is print. And now it doesn't need to be doesn't need to be that way, because I'm flying through this print compared to what it used to be. I mean, why? Okay, and what I will also say about print parts is it has been a category that's been avoided for a long time. I did not grab that correctly. Okay. Print parts is typically avoided by most stores because of the amount of time it takes to catalog. But what print will do, if you diversify your store with a lot of print pieces, then you have an advantage, because some people are looking for like one specific print piece, and that's a damaged piece. And you can see it there on camera. There's a little bit of damage right there by the P, and even on that side there. That goes into a troll box. You can just diversify significantly. Okay, so that one it did not get correctly on that first one there, but the second one is. So whatever he does in his magic, algorithm, the identifying algorithm, somehow. But I mean, this tool just is incredible. And he's been taking input and feedbacks, making two significant improvements since its release. This little copy button here was added that improved speed some. And then also now the second one delivered just this week is that you have the ability to connect with your webcam on your PC. And that's another significant improvement as well. And I know of other improvements that are in the works. Okay, so here's another one of the same, of that part there. So I just come here and I change the quantity to 2. And I just throw that there. Do I already have this one? And I had a chalkboard. Is it the same one? Yeah. So 2 of this chalkboard as well. And a handful of parts. Throw the ones that I got right here. This little pile in the bag here. So my bag is already filling up. What I'll do with the bag after I'm done. Ooh. So here's a combination of parts. I'm wondering if I do all of these parts, I actually have a camera on a little mount so I can raise it up and get a little bit wider view if necessary. You see, it gets confused when you do multiple parts. Originally, this Brickognise had, it's still there, but it no longer tells you if you're selecting to a category to begin with. But if you take a picture of a minifig, it'll go to the minifig item. If you take a picture of a set, it will identify the set. It does that really well. It probably says that in the details here. If I go to Brickognise, Brickognise image Lego parts and sets. So you can easily just take a picture. And now you can also upload photos from your phone or your PC quite easily as well. Wonderful tool. Yes, print pulls in a lot of orders. The other thing about print is it may sit in your store for a long time. I've had print pieces that easily were cataloged back when I started the store back in 2017, and recently sold, which is just nuts. So here's the set this came with. I sometimes get curious. Oh yeah, look at that. That's clever. And a little spider web sitting on there. Probably a scene from some movie. 2017 released set. Interesting. Okay. So I have a new part underneath there. Click. Yeah, I got it. I mean, Brickognise is just. If this technology would have been out when I first started, I think I would have an even bigger store than I do today. It just nails it. I mean, impeccable, without question. You can just trust it to get the parts. I don't know how he does it. And I call him, I sometimes take what I call a junk photo, like a bad photo of a part, and somehow it still gets it. Now, I mean, how does it, no matter what angle I put it in there at, somehow it builds enough data points of the photo to be able to still, like, here's a backpack for a Ghostbuster. I better just hold that together and put it, I got to actually have a drawer for that. I have a drawer for that behind me just in case. Ooh, wow. There's an old Lego keychain. Let's see what it does with some gear. I really don't want to sell that. It's pretty nasty, but let's see what happens. Yep, found it. So I think if I paste this in here, I'm not going to get the part. Oh no, I did get it. Is that the, I don't really want to sell that, but is that the right one? S12? That one's, what does it mean? S17. If I click here and I go to that category and I take away the 5, S12, difference on it? You know what? How much is this thing even worth? Nobody's even selling. Nobody's cataloged this on. I don't know what this is. What does it go to? Wait. Oh no, there is some listed there. A whole 10 of them worldwide, with none being sold in a long, long time. And it's damaged. I don't think it's worth doing anything. I already spent too much time on it. All right, well, here's an interesting piece. It's got some dirt in the bottom there. Is this worth cleaning? So we take a photo. And this is a really weird part. Looks like it. I think somebody custom printed this one. I don't think that's Lego. Oh, it's a Lego. Oh no, it says BTR on it. That is cool. Never mind. All right, so this part here is a sign, and it nailed it. That's great. Let's see, I almost got my bag filled. Depending on how much I fill my bag, it might be a lot of work for the person to find and put the empty drawer. So I'm actually going to stop on my bag and show you the next step. The stream is actually going to be done. I don't need to continue to go on with the stream for the sake of streaming. The goal was to demonstrate the power of Brickognise on print tools. Okay, there's a question about the camera I'm using. I will show you. I found a camera at my warehouse in a box. I don't know where it came from originally. The camera that I use is right here. It is a Microsoft LifeCam HD 5000. The camera is nice. I'm going to turn on my camera again and then give you a close-up. So the camera that I use is this LifeCam. I'll show you the mount that I've got for it if I can get this thing to come down. Okay, so here's the mount that I built. Here's the camera, is what it looks like. These cameras are old 720p HD cameras, which was, at the time, they were really expensive, but you can get them on eBay for maybe 10 bucks if you keep an eye on it. But there's some people on eBay that are listening for more amount. And then oh, did it freeze up on me? Let's see if it goes. Okay, so we're back. Okay. There we go. All right, so here, all right. So then here's this mount that I have. I just grabbed that little bar and something's happened. It froze me up again. Okay, so this little mount right here allows me to do large parts, small parts, and then I jerry-rigged it with these rubber bands and just kind of mounted it between some Lego and all that. Doesn't need to be elaborate. More than anything. And this thing keeps freezing on me. So, but these cameras are inexpensive, and they have autofocus, so they can zoom in. And there's only about maybe 3 inches above the part. It's also really nice for heads, and it's frozen again. Why is it doing that? I don't know why, but we're just going to deal with it till the end of the stream. So I'm going to deactivate my camera again, and I'm going to show you recognizing a head. Okay, so here's a head. Put that little target there, so I can change the camera a little bit. There's a little, this is the piece of paper right here. That's a little cutout in that piece of paper right there. So the head will just land like that. That's why that piece of paper is cut out. So there's your little tip on how to do heads. Thing is just amazing. Here's a minifig. It's in a bag. Take a picture. I would consider that to be a junky photo, bad photo, but it's in the head, and it found this black and gray suit, stealth suit, Spider-Man from 2019. Dude. So that is a really interesting set. So, yeah, any detachable webcam should work, but if it doesn't have an autofocus, your typical webcam, like the one that's on my desk over here, it wouldn't work very well unless it was at a distance because it gets close. It can't zoom in close. So you want one that has an autofocus feature to it. Those are able to do close-ups better than others. And although I had other webcams, and even from a distance, while I can't see it very well because of the size of the picture, Brickognise was still able to do most of the parts. But I have seen better performance with Brickognise and a camera that does auto zoom. So thanks for the question. Appreciate that. So this ends the stream. Thanks again for watching. Just a quick lunch break stream. Again, this is Chris from the Great Brick Lab. I appreciate everybody who watches our content and gives me feedback on our videos.